Is that me?
Welcome Guardians to a different type of video. I'm trying to experiment a little more with my content on the channel so I can diversify a little bit, especially since my last video that I did this with ended up single-handedly carrying the channel to new heights all by itself. So, I made you guys a little fashion tutorial since it was suggested to me via one of your comments. I will go ahead and say it right now that my word is not final when it comes to fashion. Everything I say is opinion based, and the purpose of this and all my videos is to help people out if they're having trouble coming up with a look of their own. Go ahead and tell me in the comments down below what you think of the new type of video, and don't worry, you guys will still be receiving a normal video next time, I promise. And also go ahead and suggest some more ideas to me in the comments and I'll add it to my list of ideas that I already have going. Don't forget to like the video if you want to see more things like this in the future, and subscribe to our ever-growing community. And most importantly, don't forget, slowly caress that notification bell ever so gently. And stick till the end of the video if you want to see a viewer submitted look from my Discord channel. And if you want to submit something to me for a future video, consider joining our community Discord by clicking the link down below. Now, onto the video. Take it away, me from the past. Hello everyone. So I'm assuming future editor me already explained what was going on. So let's get started. First of all, in case you guys are curious and didn't watch the last video, this is what my Guardian currently looks like. So I have on the future facing helm, Doomfang pauldrons with the embodiment of the Warbeast ornament, the phenotype plasticity plate, the virtuous greaves, and then the Dreambane mark. What I was thinking was, since I was doing a lot of trials lately, I was going to kind of make a whole look just for trials, because usually I am using... I'm just going to kind of switch to something else for now. Usually I'm using Antaeus wards for trials. They allow me to reflect oncoming bullets, any projectile really. So I want to make a build around that, because I can't really make Antaeus wards match with my current build, and I don't like to look ugly. So tip number one for kind of coming up with a look for yourself, I would say start off with an exotic, whether that be Dune Marchers, Synthosaps, anything you want. But I would suggest starting off with an exotic, because you can build a whole thing around that. Each exotic, it looks really unique, and you can help play into that. So Antaeus wards, for example, kind of looks almost hive-ish. It's lumpy, and there's a little bit of scales on there, so we're going to try to play into this. So I can easily just put on the Dragonfly set and call it a day, especially since the Dragonfly set has a lot of the same design language as far as the lumps and the scales go. But this is actually a good example of what I don't like to see. A lot of people just put on the Virtuous set and then call it a day, and maybe throw on Doomfang and like, oh my god, look, I'm pretty. I don't like showing that stuff off, mainly because if I'm telling you, hey, good job, that's kind of unfair, because did you come up with that set? Did you make that set? Did you physically go to Bungie and model that set out? I don't think so. That was Bungie's doing, and that's Bungie's design team doing all that. So I feel bad for congratulating you when you practically did nothing. So we want to mix it up a lot. The more you mix up the sets, the more I'll love it. And as long as those sets look good, I will congratulate you 110%. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep my arms. That way the design language just kind of transfers from shoulder to all the way down to your toes. But I'm going to need a different chest plate to help break up the armor set a little bit. I could go with something bulky. Let's see, is this the right set? I don't want to override my current stuff. And that actually might not look that bad, honestly. I like that jacket, but I think we can do maybe a little bit better. Let's see. So I like the Sunbreaker helm. It fits with a lot of other sets. If you have it and you haven't experimented with it, I would highly suggest it. That kind of fits. I like the whole hourglass figure we got going on here, so we'll try that first. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try the Sunbreaker plate anyway, just to kind of see if that kind of works out. Let me try some heads. Let's go ahead and switch to the dragonfly, so that way I don't overwrite my my current set. What I don't want to do really, and I don't like seeing personally in Titans, and you know I can be wrong here, but I don't like seeing like really small heads and really wide bodies. It kind of looks funny, so that's why we're not gonna do that. But like I said, I mean you can possibly pull it off. That doesn't mean don't try that. Another thing that I don't like seeing recently is the Virtuous Helm. And that's a real personal thing, mainly because I'm just tired of seeing it. It's everywhere, every Titan is using it right now, and our goal is to make something unique. The Northlight Helm isn't bad, so let's go ahead and check that out. See, that's not bad at all. But it doesn't really do anything unique for us. I just kind of look like every other Titan right now. So let's take a look at the marks real quick. And the reason you see me going through the ornaments first is just because they're easier to cycle through. If I don't find anything I like in the ornaments, then we can go ahead and try actual armor pieces. That one wouldn't have been too bad, but there's some clipping going on between Antaeus and the legs. This doesn't look too bad. It kind of looks like a belt, like a normal belt, and that won't be too bad. I actually have one already here, so that way I don't have to overwrite another. And if you can't tell, I kind of like the Metro Shift shader. I already have it on this mark, and I think it's already on my Antaeus words as well. It looks like. Oops. No, I have Amethyst Veil on the Antaeus words. And then we'll kind of do shaders here at the end, even though most of these armor pieces I'm trying out already have Metro Shift on them. One armor piece that I already went ahead and took out of my vault was the Iron Will Helm. I like it because it kind of takes a back seat. It doesn't bring too much to your head. It doesn't bring too much of you know, the people's eye up here. It kind of makes it so Antaeus Wards is front and center, and you're really showing off that exotic. That's not a tip, really. That's just kind of a personal preference. So Iron Wilhelm is always a good go-to for me if I'm trying to really show off an exotic. Earlier, I accidentally had the jacket on, and that didn't look too bad. That one also already has Metro Shift on it. This is what I've been using in trials in general. It didn't look too bad, but now that I'm really looking at the whole set together, that's not half bad. I kind of like it. So I'm not going to switch any of the shaders right now, especially since a lot of them either have Amethyst Veil or Metro Shift. But this is the part where you would go in and try out different shaders. It's okay to mix and match shaders, but it's also okay to just make them all the same shader so the whole set is cohesive. What we're going to do now is we're going to find ourselves a weapon to go with the look. This part isn't really too necessary, but it also won't hurt for the picture. I like to take my pictures on the character select screen, so that's why we're looking into the kinetic rifles right now. And now that since I'm using Metro Shift, I know for a fact Bastion is going to go well with the Metro Shift shader. Even though I can't change the shader on Bastion already has that dark blue going on, so we're going to go with that for the picture. In the background, you already see that I have on a Sparrow. It just so happens that that Sparrow has, again, Metro Shift on there. So that's already going to match. And since it's a hive theme Sparrow, this scaliness or bony-like structure will go with the Antaeus wards. The ship is the same thing. The ship is another hive ship, so it should fit perfectly with the whole set. I'm not going to worry too much about it. And even my little ghost up there, he's sitting up there all cute. He has on the vitrified chronology shader, and he matches that blue pretty well, so we're just gonna leave him alone. He's cute. So to reiterate a little bit here, if you don't know how to start off a look, or if you're having trouble and you can't really come up with anything, step 1 would be go with an exotic. Whatever exotic you use the most, or whatever exotic you want to be trying in either PvE or PvP. The next step would be to kind of make sure that you're not really using too much of the same set. A good example, like I said, is I don't like seeing a bunch of people with only the Virtuous set on, and then them sticking on Doomfang and whatever, and then that's it. No further thing is done after that. No more effort is put into it. Like I said earlier, that's kind of cheating, and I shouldn't be congratulating you on a look that Bungie basically made on their own. That's their design team's work. You're not mixing and matching, so there was no effort, in my opinion, there. The next thing to consider is play into that exotic. If that exotic is scaly like Antaeus Warriors and kind of lumpy, then find other armor sets that kind of follow that same design language. After that, I would strongly suggest first starting off with your ornaments like I was doing there. They're a lot faster to get to, so that way you can just cycle through all of them and, you know, play around with looks a lot quicker. And if you can't find anything that you don't like in there first, then you can go into your vault and go and see if there's anything that matches a little bit better there. After that, you kind of want to see if you can match the shaders up a little bit. If you don't want to use the same shader, that's fine. As long as there's, like I said, a design language being followed. If your set is mostly red, then play into that. Use other shaders that are also red. Or if you want to do something like I'm doing where most of it is black and then there's hints of blue in there because of Antaeus Wards, then find a bunch of black and blue shaders and help, you know, emphasize that design language. After you've done all those, if you're the type of person like I am to want to take a picture of your character, go ahead and head to the character select screen. I find it has the best lighting if you just want to isolate your character in something. And do yourself a favor and grab a kinetic rifle. If it's a regular legendary rifle, you might want to stick a shader on that to match your armor a lot more. Like I said, I chose Bastion because of that dark blue color in all the ribbons. That goes well with the rest of my armor set. And if you want extra credit, then of course you can make your ship match with it, and you could also match your ghost with your look like I did here, and your sparrow as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to me from the future, so that way he can introduce our viewer submitted look. Thank you, me from the past. So for our only viewer submitted look of the week, we have Heisel with the Ahamkara's Explorer. I'm just going to start off by saying, really good job, Heisel. It was a really close race between you and these two other warlocks, which were both made by the same person on my Discord, and his name is Pantha of Africa. So anyway, for your head, you have on the Anka Seeker 4 ornament that you get from a Season 2 Shaxx quest. For your arms, you have on the claws of the Ahamkara, that is a random drop. For your chest, you have on the Phenotype Plasticity Robes ornament that you get from the Season 8 Season Pass. For your legs, you have on the boots of the Cormorant Blade ornament that you get from Season 6 Bright Engrams. For your class item, you have on the Omega Mechanos Bond ornament, which is one of my personal favorites. You got that from Season 2 Bright Engrams. Now for the shaders, you have on the Dawning Brilliance on your head, the Mercury Vex Chrome on your arms, the Gambit Leather on your chest, Gambit Leather on your legs, and Vertified Duality on your bond. The Dawning Brilliance you get from the Dawning event, of course. The Mercury Vex Chrome you get from Bright Engrams. The Gambit Leather you get from Dismantling Gambit armor. And Vertified Duality you get from the Sundial. So right now, I'm kind of rocking the Sith look on my Warlock. If you guys want to check out that look, I'll link the video right here. But I like the look so much, I think I might end up switching my Warlock to whatever Heisel has on, because I really like it and I want him to look like this. Setting aside that I don't have any other Guardians to kind of compare this to right now, Heisel, I think I would have still given you the seal of approval, even if you had other Guardians competing against you in the same video. So go ahead and take it, man. It's yours. Alright then. That's going to be it for me this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed this different style of video. Don't forget, I upload every other Wednesday, And remember to hit that like button and slowly caress that notification bell ever so gently. And go ahead and let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of the Titan that we made together. Did you like it? Would you change anything? Because that's really the whole process, you know, making your look, taking inspiration from others, and then putting it all together to finally get the look that you're looking for. And please consider subscribing. We are so close to hitting 1,000 subs. I'm so excited. I think for my 1K special, I may do a Discord only video, so remember to go ahead and hit that link down below and join up so that way you can submit something in time for that video. And until then, stay beautiful, guys.